Hello, welcome to my Imperfect Knitting Life. This is episode 11 and you can see I have a lovely friend and guest with me today, Judy, and I'll introduce her a little bit later. But thank you so much for coming to check out this video, and I look forward to sharing my knitting. A lot of it is pretty imperfect, but I have a couple of, at least one finished object, and a couple of works in progress, and then I also wanted Judy to share some of her work that she's doing, and we'll have a chat about that. And also Judy's been really involved with me in the mill, so we'll talk a bit about the mill and how that all went from start to finish. So yay, welcome Judy. Oh, the one other thing I want to do, and maybe while Judy's talking I'll just do a little side visit, was get my shoes from the shoe school to show you how they turned out. I should have been organised, and I'll show you Roger's as well. But first thing I'll do is I'm going to introduce Judy, and then we'll talk a little bit about how we met, because I actually can't even remember that, Judy.
Me neither.
I can't remember we met because of the bees.
Yeah, but
or did we meet because of the crafty stuff?
No, I think it was bees. Yeah.
Then it must have been at the Rotorua bee group.
Oh, probably.
It would have been there.
Yeah.
And then maybe you came and helped me with something.
Yeah.
And then from then on we just kind of, So
I can't remember.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be more than 10 years, do you reckon? 9-10 years?
Yes, because it was in the beginning when I first started with bees.
Yeah.
I think we've been doing bees roughly the same time.
Yeah. I think you've done them a little bit longer.
Yeah, so I'm at 12 years now, I think.
All right, so I think I'm at 9 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I must have met you at the bee club.
Yeah.
But we do have a lot of other things that we enjoy in common. So we both love making things, whether it's, well, not so much food for you, is it? Because Vince does that, but you love all your crafty stuff.
I love cooking, though.
You do love cooking?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And in fact, you've got a little business that does Dutch
waffles. Yeah.
Waffles.
Yeah.
And what are those other things called? Strooppies.
Yes, stroopwafels.
Stroopwafels.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try and say it properly.
It's okay.
Alrighty, so do you want me to start up with my finished objects and things? Okay, so the Nola pattern's next to you. So the first finished object I've got is something that I'm wearing, and it's the Nola slipover. Right, have a look. We'll put, obviously I'll try and remember to put all the bits below. And what I made it out of was I hand spun a corridal from Anna Grattan's mill, the little wool company, and I think I showed it, and I said I was going to make something for Laura, but sorry Laura, I stole it, because I've made myself a top, the Nola top, and I actually made it. Let me bring it up close and see if you can see it. You see there's a bit of a halo on there? So I had one strand of my yarn and then one strand of mohair silk, and it was knit on very big needles. I'm just going to grab the pattern up quickly, because it'll tell me what size needles I used. Really big. They were meant to be 8 and 9, but I didn't have a 9, so I did 7 and 8, and it knit up fine. So you actually, it's a top-down design, and it's got a consignal shoulder where you're basically increasing both sides going down. Then you split for the front and the back, and then where it joins on the side here, I really like that, because it's got a rib on the side. So you do a little rib edge as you go along, and then there's ribbing on the side, and then you do some decreasing, which sort of makes it look like the ribs going forward, but it basically is just decreasing for a bit of shaping in the front. I've got to say I got really confused about my right and my left hand lifts. I'm sure everybody else can get it right, but
I know
that it did look a little bit weird at the front because I couldn't get that right, but too bad. I'm happy with it. I'm not so sure about the neck, so the only other thing I thought about, because it has got short row shaping at the back, believe it or not, so I definitely know it's not back to front. It's not back to front, is it?
No, I don't think so.
No. But I do like a little warm something around my neck when it's cold. It's just, I just think it's a little shape not quite right, so not too happy with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Judy. pointing out the thing I'm not happy with. But it's okay. It'll keep me warm, and if I get sick of it, I'll see if somebody else in the family wants it. So next thing I've got, the mini Magnolia has had a bit of progress, but not too much. So that's the mini Magnolia there that I'm doing for little Ella. So she has a matchy with her sister. And I've just taken it down to the point where I'm going to start doing the lace pattern. And I like to portion off my lace pattern so that if I make a mistake, I can sort of put it into a particular area. Do you do that?
Sometimes, yeah.
If it's really complicated?
If it's really complicated, yeah. Or I tried with that first.
Yeah.
And then I mess it up and then I need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I pretty much know, unless it's literally, because when the one thing I haven't got, I'm going to go get it, is that Ranunculus.
Oh, yes.
It looks nothing like the Ranunculus is meant to look like.
Mine doesn't either. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's quite a common
Is it? Well, hopefully no one who's really expert will come along and point it out to me, because I actually really like the fabric that's come out. So that's the mini Magnolia, and I'm off away next week, and I'm thinking of nice little things that I can take and finish off, because I bought an extra bag to bring everything back. So we'll see. That might come with me. Although I have this thing where I don't really do socks very much, but when I go away, because they're so easy to take with, make some socks, but I don't have any really nice sock yarn.
Oh, I've got plenty of sock yarn.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I can give you
have to suck up to you for some sock yarn. Oh, well, that's good. How about I just stop that a minute, go get the other bit, then I can quickly get through my stuff.
Yeah.
Hang on. Okay, I'm back. I picked up a couple of bits that I was going to show you. So, do you remember I did that hand dyeing of the yarn for my Pure Joy? I, in error, told you it was called Magnolia, but obviously it was Dahlia or Dahlia. Do you say Dahlia or Dahlia?
Dahlia, I think.
Yes, yeah. I say Dahlia, but I've heard people say Dahlia. And this is how it's knit up. So I'm not going to stretch it out because I actually dropped a couple of stitches and I've got to pick it up. But when it's finished, I will display it and stretch it out and show you. But it's being knit with that. So Pure Joy Shawl, I think it's actually turned out to be my favourite shawl to do because it's so easy.
I like it. I like the colours.
But you've done the Stephen West one. You should have brought that. Maybe you'll have to come back another time and show that.
Yeah.
Because I was just literally thinking, I don't think I could do a Stephen West.
I've done two very similar ones. And I did one, I started with the Exploration Station years ago.
That looks really good.
It looks really good, but I tried it so many times.
Yeah.
And I undid it so many times that I gave up. And I've never given up on anything. So
Right.
Since then I've made two others. And I think I'm ready to do Exploration Station again.
Right.
Yeah.
I actually saw, I'm going to have to look up who it is, but there is another podcaster I watch, and she's done a couple of those and she showed them and they were really nice. But she also did another Stephen West shawl, and it was a garter stitch one, which ended up with over 1,000 stitches on the rows at the end. And I was like, I don't think I'd have the will to live. I wouldn't have the will. I couldn't do it. I haven't got that patience. So this is for me perfect. Not too many rows, only 2 skeins, and not having to think about colours too much.
Yeah, fair.
I like to keep it simple. So that's the Pure Joy shawl, and I'll show it when it's finished. It's also going to be a good one to travel with because I can travel and then I can wear it. That'll be good, eh?
Lovely, yeah.
And then I went on the Ranunculus bandwagon. So Judy has done some Ranunculuses.
This one. Yeah.
One, okay.
One, I did mine with the first yarn that we spun in the mill when we were practicing.
Yeah. And then I thought, okay, well, I'm going to give the Ranunculus a go. So I'm going to pop a little picture in here of the yarn that I actually used, which was a Debbie Bliss tweed. And I put with the Debbie Bliss tweed the Debbie Bliss $5 marketplace silk mohair that I got. And I've actually done a picture with the two together because I wound it all up yesterday because it was getting all knotted up. But here is my Ranunculus.
I love it.
I love the colour.
Yeah, I
didn't like the I didn't like the pink one, which is the tweed one on its own, but mixed together, and I'm going to show it to you close up. Look at that, great colour. You can see all the little tweedy bits in. We'll have to talk about the tweed workshop as well, Judy. Now, I can see lots of errors, but can you see them? I bet you can't. Unless you get a magnifying glass out, because I said to Judy, like on
you can only see them.
Yeah, on the lace pattern, I think it's meant to be a diamond shape, but mine sort of goes to one side, and it's going to stay like that because I just was not going to go back and undo it. I do not like undoing things.
No, me neither.
And it's going to be warm and cozy, and I think I've got enough actually to make it at least 3/4 sleeves. I've got that much left, and it's two balls.
Yes.
So
you don't use
I'm just
much.
doing the rib. Yeah. Just doing the rib.
Yeah.
But I mean, what fascinates me is obviously you can have it more fitting, or you can do it really loose. Did you make yours quite loose?
Mine was really loose. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the mohair, if it was mohair alone, I might do it really loose because then you can wear a t-shirt underneath. But this one I've actually done the smaller size, and it's fitting, and I like it. So, yay! That's my 2 pieces. That's my works in progress. That's me done.
Yeah, good.
Judy's got a work in progress. She's going to show us.
Yes, I do.
You love your colour work, hey Judy?
Oh, I love it. Yeah. So this is my Halibut by Caitlin Hunter. I think we've got it on the screen.
Yep.
So that's with homespun wool, hand dyed. So this is the original colour, and then I dyed it in a blue, and we're a little bit confused about what colour blue it was, so I'll just have to look.
I thought it was Apollo Bay or something.
I thought it was Apollo Bay, but then you said Apollo Bay was a bit darker, and I also have a darker blue.
Yeah, but it was 2 words, I do remember that.
Oh, okay. So I'll have to look it up. But anyway, so it's going to get long sleeves, and I'm nearly done at the bottom. And yeah, and then I said to my husband, once this is finished, we have to go to the snow.
Yes.
So, yes.
You'll have to do that.
Queenstown, here we come.
Right. I wonder what I think, Judy, is I'd like to ask you a little bit about your love of craft and sort of where that started and how it's got you to here, because, you know, we have a lot of shared interests, and you're just an amazing craft woman. Person, can we say that?
Well,
we're saying it. And yeah, I just want to hear a little bit more about how things started for you. Were you 5 years old and your grandmother taught you?
No, not at all. I didn't actually learn how to knit. I don't think I learned how to knit from my family.
Yeah.
I had a boyfriend who was left-handed, and he taught me how to knit.
Yeah.
Left-handed, though.
Okay. So do you knit left-handed?
No, I don't think so. I do knit a bit different, but...
What about at school?
No, we didn't do that sort of thing at school. We did other handcrafts. We didn't do knitting or anything like that.
Yeah, because you're from the Netherlands. Hey?
Yeah. And then I didn't knit for a long time, and then came here, and then I thought I'd like to start from scratch, as in have a sheep or a goat, and then shear it and process the wool and you know, until the finished product. So that was my dream. So had you at that point like joined Creative Fibre? No, I didn't join. I taught myself how to spin and how to knit, and you were living out at Kaharoa on that property. Yeah. So what was your first sheep you got? It was a goat. A goat. 2 Angora goat. And did you make a pure Angora yarn? No, not really, because that was really hard. And so I just played with just roving and stuff that I bought online. I didn't know what I was looking for, I didn't know what I was buying, so I just bought... Was this like Ravelry days? Yeah, I didn't know about Ravelry either. Yeah. So I just bought yarn, and I knitted stuff, and then knitted a couple of things for my son when he was a baby. Yeah. And then I didn't knit for years. It's quite a common thing, isn't it? Yeah, so I spun a lot, but I didn't do anything with it. Right. So I didn't knit for a long time after he was born. Yeah. And then I sort of started picking that up again. Not until quite a few years ago now. Probably. So how long? When did you join Creative Fibre? Can't remember, but it must have been about 6 years or so ago.
Right.
And it was purely because someone bought one of my spinning wheels that I had for sale. So it was Hannah, my friend. So that's how I met my friend Hannah, who bought my spinning wheel off me. And then she said, you have to come to Creative Fibre. And
and that was here in Rotorua.
That was in Rotorua.
Yeah.
And that's how I started going to Creative Fibre.
And were you looming then?
No.
Weaving?
No, it wasn't weaving.
So you learned to do that here?
Yeah, from Hannah.
From Hannah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was very intrigued by what she made.
Yeah, inspired as well.
Yeah.
She makes amazing stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I would want to make what she makes, like her rag rugs and stuff. It's completely something completely different. But so I do.
So what was that Japanese?
Saori weaving.
Saori weaving.
Yeah. So we did a workshop like that. For Creative Fibre. Yeah.
And so because you've woven some mats for your home, haven't you?
Yeah. And it was inspired by Hannah because she did a rug like that, and I sort of wanted to try it, and she helped me with that, and I just wove a couple of mats for doormats. Yeah. Everyone goes, oh no, you don't want to put your feet on them, but it's actually really nice and soft and bouncy, and I love my doormats.
It's nice to use something.
Oh yes.
Yeah. I don't want to have it stuck.
It's not going to last forever, but it's fine.
No.
It's just fine. Yeah.
It'll last a reasonable time though.
Yeah.
If it doesn't get moth eaten.
No, and I don't know. My weaving wasn't great, so it's not going to last very long, but that's okay.
All right. Okay, so you've been really knitting for colour work and the sort of things you've been doing for how many years now? It's not that long then, is it?
No, maybe 10.
10 years?
Oh, yeah, not even. Yeah.
Because before you went to Creative Fibre, you were doing the colour works and things.
Yeah, I think I did. I found this jumper the other day that I'd done, and it's colour work all over. Yeah. And it was actually just panels. Yeah. So it wasn't even in a round. So I've done that. Yeah. And I can't remember when I did that, but it must have been about 10 years ago. So yeah, the last sort of 5 years I've been really knitting a lot of colour work. Yeah. Yeah, in the round.
In the round, yes. Yeah. I think that's a game changer.
Yeah, don't do anything else.
I do not want to do colour work in pearl.
No, so, which is what I did, but
except for mosaic, maybe.
Nah, I don't want to do that. No. In the round, everything. Yeah. Top down. Yes.
I love it. Yeah, it's a game changer.
Yeah.
Can we just see your other couple of bits that you brought?
Yeah.
Well, what about the one you're wearing?
Oh, so that's the second one I did in this one.
Yeah.
I did a really fitted one first, and now this is a really sort of white top. The Sipula.
Yes.
From Caitlin Hunter.
Yeah.
And so it's quite sort of floaty and short. I'm not
quite
too
boxy,
much
hey?
I'm not too much of a fan of short tops.
I love it.
Just because I never know what to wear underneath it, so I'm wearing a dress underneath it now. But, I'm getting used to it.
So the yarn, is that hand spun?
No, that is a... Don't know about the white. Is I think it's just a naked yarn from
naked
somewhere,
yarn. Okay.
And then the orange was a coloured sock yarn, I think.
Silk.
Sock.
Okay. Sock. Sock. Sorry.
It's my accent. Sock yarn.
I know, it's so funny. We're all speaking English, but we're all speaking English differently. Yeah. Sock yarn. And it's beautiful colours.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah. The colours make the whole top.
Yeah. Well, what do they use in their one? Sipula.
Yeah, just
because that was actually quite dark. In fact, I really like the purple one as well.
Yeah.
The purple and the cream. I might.
There's so many options. You can also add more colours to it if you like.
Yeah. I really like the gradient. You know, like that sort of multicolour.
And I added that little bit at the bottom.
Oh, so that wasn't in the pattern?
No, that's not in the pattern. I just
made it up.
I often do that.
Yeah.
Because I like something at the bottom.
Yeah.
I like colour work more than plain knitting, so I've sort of done all that plain knitting and then I'm bored.
Boredom factor.
And then I want to...
And you didn't even go down Sleeve Island.
No. The thing that I did with this one is I use the smaller size needles on this sleeve, see?
Yeah.
And it's not really obvious until you point it out, That one
I like
did
it.
correct, but this one I did wrong.
Yeah, but I like it. I think it pulls it, gives it a natural little pull in. And the other thing, of course, is you only wear handmade socks. You told me that?
Yes.
Yeah. So you make your own
hand-knitted
socks.
Yes, yes. I don't wear any other socks really, but I've got plenty.
Yeah. How many did you tell me? 30 something pairs?
I probably have 30 or 40 pairs, I think. Yeah. I'm still knitting more.
It's a lot of socks.
Yeah.
I struggle to knit a pair of socks when I go away. So, yeah.
Yeah, I always have a pair on the go.
Do you?
Knitting in the car when my husband's driving. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's why I got so much knitting done, was when we went down to Wellington for the shoe school. I'm going to show you the shoes now, but when I went down to Wellington for shoe school, I said to Roger, I'm not driving at all, so make sure you get lots of sleep. I'm going to, because it's about a 5.5 hour.
Yeah, it's a long
5.5 hour drive each way, and I knitted all the way down, all the way back. And it was great. So, shoe school, I told you all about that. And if anybody's in New Zealand and wants to go to shoe school after they've had a look at this, they've extended the 2-for-1 deal to the end of May.
You told me, yeah.
I told you, but you know, you never know. Somebody else out there might want to go make them. So here are my shoes, and I'm so proud of them. Look at that. It's all leather. You
Very
pick out,
cool.
thank you,
Yeah.
and you pick out everything that you want. So there was, I'll put a couple of pictures towards the end that I took at the shoe school. You pick out your leathers, you choose what different elements you want in it. We hand cut it. The woman that runs the workshop, she actually stitched the, is it the lace band? I don't even know what it's called.
Yeah.
The sort of lace band bit, there's an inside piece. She stitched that on for us, but we put all the eyelets in and punched all the holes into the bottom of the shoe and sewed it all on. So quite happy with that. And then Roger, who was a little bit reluctant at the start about making his own pair of shoes, had an absolute ball. And I helped him pick out his colours because he asked me to. I wouldn't have if he didn't ask me to. But look at his. Are they not delightful?
Yeah, I'm really
Great
like that.
blue. Oh yes. And then, sorry if you're vegan, but they're actually leather. And when you smell them, his and mine, do you remember leather shoe shops used to smell?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's it. It smells like shoe shop.
Yeah, really
So
nice.
that was $350 for both of us to go. Really good value, because you end up with a proper sneaker, which she fits for you, and it's got a nice comfy liner, and it was an entire day of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's good value.
I mean, what cost the money is the 2 nights at the Airbnb, the travelling up and down there.
Yeah.
I made him take me out for dinner. That was good fun.
Yeah.
And I actually took 2 friends of ours. Their kids both go to uni down there, and we took them out for dinner. They did choose somewhere nice and cheap, but you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
was a good excuse. Yeah, so I think, have we done all of our crafty stuff, Judy? Oh, no. Come on. Do you remember I talked about how my friend Judy made, I thought they were driftwood buttons, and I was going to make these driftwood buttons. I haven't, because when I went down to the beach, I spent bloody hours looking and came up with maybe 2 appropriate pieces of wood.
Yes,
I think you have to take it and then literally sand it down into a piece of wood that would be useful.
It'll be lots of work.
It's a big challenge just to find the bits. But actually, Judy made avocado pip buttons, and they're pretty amazing.
Yeah, so I'll leave them in there because it's easier to see, I think.
No, I'm going to take one out as well. You hold it there. But there's, oh, look at it. Focus. Focus.
Yeah.
Focus. It's trying to focus on me. Oh, come on. There. That's it. Look at it. Fantastic. How did you do it?
So you need an avocado pick that you let dry.
Is that only one?
Oh no, this is several ones that I just match up the size for you. Yeah.
Thank you.
You let it dry first, so the skin sort of dries so that you can peel that off, and then you slice it and
carefully.
Yes, carefully. There's always a crack in an avocado pit, so you need to slice it the same way as a crack, obviously.
Yeah.
And then you let those little round bits dry for a long time, and they
Where did you dry
cool
them?
up a little bit, just in the windowsill.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how thick? Do they like shrink in thickness? Or
They
not really?
shrink a little bit when they dry out.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to make them really thin.
Yeah.
That's hard though.
And then in terms of washing, how durable are they? I mean, you wouldn't obviously soak them.
I haven't washed them yet, so
Well,
I don't know.
All right, well, let's hope.
Oh, I don't think they get enough time
Yeah, soaky.
to soak up
Yeah.
water in it. No.
Yeah.
I don't think I would wash them in the washing machine.
Oh, no. I
No.
don't put my woolies in the washing machine, do you?
Yeah, I do. A lot of my woolen jumpers and all my socks go in the washing machine
Oh,
on the wool cycle. Yeah.
I'm not brave enough.
No, some things I won't. Like my my halibut won't go in.
No,
in
because it's hand spun.
It's hand spun.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think we should talk a little bit about the mill. Something to really understand here is I flit all over, but Judy is pretty focused on things, and she's got a really good analytical mind. You do.
Oh well. Okay, thank you.
And I think I'm telling you right now you do. I'm so bossy, sorry. But well, I think it's because you've also done adult education stuff.
Oh yeah. No, I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but yeah. No, I'm just
Analytical.
yeah.
Are you owning up to it now?
Yeah,
'Cause you
maybe
look
a little
like
bit.
maybe I am, maybe I'm not before.
Yeah,
You're
maybe a
owning
little
up.
bit.
All right. So when did I tell you about the mill?
When just before you went to go and have a look first, the
Okay.
first time.
Yeah.
And I thought you were joking.
Did you really? Because you know me, I'm impulsive.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna.
pan out.
No.
Oh, I knew.
Until I saw Roger's face.
I was going to say, I knew when I got there. I tried to look like I was considering it, but I already knew, bing, I was going to get it.
Yeah.
And then, so I paid for it in the March, and then we made a plan to go and have a weekend of learning the machines. And so on that weekend, Judy, my sister Millie, Roger, and a friend of ours, Andy, we all went and stayed at this lovely little house.
Yeah, it was
good.
good.
So nice, and at Waitomo Caves. And in the daytime, we went off and Julie showed us how to use the machines. What did you think when you saw them?
Yeah, it was amazing. I was very daunting.
Yeah, it was quite daunting, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And in fact, when I think now, like we have put stuff through the machines, like if you think about the carder, that was mind-boggling.
Yeah.
But now it's just you sort of set it up, and if you don't jam it, all's good.
Yeah.
Because I did jam it the one time, and I got to tell you, I'm getting pretty old to be climbing underneath that machine, lying on my back and pulling the bits out. I feel like we need, like, you know, in the old days with the chimney sweeps where they had 9-year-olds going in the chimneys.
Oh.
I think I need to get some of these grandchildren to come round and help me get all the bits out.
I was just going to say, you've got plenty of those.
I have. The tricky part is getting them to come over and get under the machine.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll see. Yes, so now when I've been setting the machines up, Judy actually will kind of message me, I might be free on Wednesday, I can come around on Friday or whatever, and then we go down and do a little bit in the mill together. And it does make a difference, I think, the humidity. So what with summer, you're teaching.
Yeah.
Bee time is, you know, the summer's really busy for you with the bees.
Yeah.
Because Judy keeps bees as well.
Yeah.
She told me she has 69 hives.
Yeah, 69, yeah.
So far,
I counted
counting.
last night.
And she actually goes to Motiti Island as well. She gets a little plane. I could not do that. Gets a little plane to go over for a couple of days. Is it like once a month or more frequently?
Once a month, yeah.
Yeah, once a month to check the hives over there.
Yeah.
So we're trying to, you know, whenever there's a little bit of availability around that, then Judy comes down and gives me a hand. So, yeah, we've just sort of worked on one machine at a time, really, haven't we?
Yep. Yeah, we've done the whole thing. Or, you know, you working on one machine and I'm working on another.
Else.
But
we've never
something
had them all
always. Yeah, we had the bender after and the spinner going at some stage.
At one time, yeah.
But then the spinner kept breaking. Yeah.
Yeah. And the main thing with the the main thing that's going on at the moment, I think is the pin drafter.
Yeah.
Trying to get stuff through the pin drafter because it needs to be nice and even by the time we get it to spinner. We haven't. Well, it's difficult to do that.
Yeah. It's just practice, I think, and learning the machines.
Yeah.
Yep.
And also there is the very mathematical side of it, which I'm not very good at, which is the twists per inch and the wraps per inch, the front roller, the back roller,
Yeah.
and the distance between the rollers.
Yeah. That's what I think we need to play with that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think when Judy had it, she pretty much had it set up for a particular type of product. So she was doing a lot of mainly alpaca and a little bit of sheep fleece. And I'm quite keen to do much more variety, but mostly sheep fleece. I think Judy's hungry. Have you not had breakfast?
Yeah, I've had breakfast.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder if it'll be on the...
My tummy
we might hear it. Yeah. So we're going to have a little bit more of a go. I've got a little bit of a timeline now because on I think the 20th of May,
Yep.
I'm going to have some stuff ready for a Rotorua gathering. Unfortunately, it's not for people outside of Rotorua, so I can't give that information out. Will you be able to go? You belong to them still, hey?
No,
Oh,
no, I
don't you?
don't.
Okay.
But they normally invite Tauranga.
Do they?
Creative Fibre. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So I need to get some stuff together for the spinners. So get some stuff through the carding machine, maybe pin draft it, do some blending. Just have a little bit of variety. But I am not even probably going to get any of that done until I get back.
No.
Although we have put through, I reckon there's down there at least 3 lots of stuff that I can put into bags and sell.
Yeah.
In some ways, I think I'm quite critical because when we were at the spinning weekend, some of that stuff I was like, oh, I think my stuff's as good as this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
So it's not too bad. Yeah. What else about the mill, Judy?
Now we just have to get it right.
Yeah.
Time and humidity, plays a big role in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's the problem. We've had a lot of rain but no time, and now we have no rain, so low humidity, and we've got some more time.
We've got more time, yeah. But there'll be a balance. Doesn't help them going away for a month, but you are welcome to go down and have a play if you want on the carding machine.
But by the time you get back, I have less work on, so
even better.
Yeah, we can have more.
I feel like a lot of the mill stuff is actually going to be more wintry.
Yeah.
And
perfect.
Me too, because I actually want to get my gardens going, and so not being in the middle all the time is going to be good. What was exciting though is when we were at the spinning weekend, a lot of people are interested and keen.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like I could literally have an open house or do some filming down there. People would really enjoy seeing what we do.
Yep.
And I actually learnt that quite a lot that helps in the mill. Yes. So the Tweedy workshop, I don't know how you would apply that to.
I don't know how to
apply that to. Yeah,
I'll have to think about that, because you can't really pin draft it too much because you'll lose all your little nips. Yeah.
But you see, they have specific machines for doing that, making tweed, and I just don't know.
No.
I think sometimes you have to just accept that's not something you can do on your machines.
No.
But another class, because Judy actually ran one of the workshops, so she didn't actually get to go to all of the workshops. I did. And so there was one called, is it Beyond the Bats?
Yeah, I think
Janet's,
that's what it's called.
Yeah, I'll put a link to Janet's videos. It was fantastic. But she talked about the Fibonacci method of combining colours. And then she also had this other little kangaroo chart instead of using a colour wheel. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh, well, I'm going to buy a couple when I go to America. I'll get you one, I'll get me one.
Yes.
And it's basically like a set of squares, and you move that around, and then it gives you a contrast colour that goes with it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kangaroo colour chart or something it's called.
Must be Australian.
Must be. And so we learnt about that, and then we learnt to layer the bats, and we learnt to spin a very lofty yarn. So
yeah, that was amazing. The end product. That's all. Yeah, it was really amazing.
But Janet actually has her own YouTube channel, which I will put in the comments, and she explains that whole process of carding the bats up and how to get it more lofty. And she actually did it in layers, so you had like one going on the hand carding machine, a layer going in vertically, then there was a second layer going in horizontally, and then the third layer on top was vertical as well. And when you combine that, when you sort of hand spun it, it had this core. The core didn't show, but it added loft.
Yeah.
The way it went through the carding machine. Very clever. But I did enjoy just the colour mixing as well. What else? What else? Oh, that Pat Oles one with the twist per inch, the wraps per inch. That was really interesting.
Yeah.
But you probably knew
really
that already.
Said I missed it. No,
Yeah.
well, no. I'm not very good at it, to be fair.
Yeah. So that will be useful with a mill.
Yeah. Yeah.
And linen. Fair to say I won't be doing linen again, I don't think.
No.
I don't know.
I'll have to try it. I'm going to try it.
And he told us about that Birches Birches chest or something, or Birches linen on Facebook. I'll give you the link.
Oh, no.
Where you can actually apply to get some very old flax.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll tell you about it afterwards.
Yeah.
So that's basically the mill, and I'm going off to America next week, and I'll take my camera with me, and if the moment's right and I've got some time, I will maybe put up a video. I will definitely be taking a video because something super special is happening that I'm so excited about, and that is I'm going to go and visit the Junction Fibre Mill. So I put the word out and asked them if I could come and see them, and I really just want to maybe pick their brains a little bit and follow around and have a go on the machines if they'll let me, and hopefully that's going to help me when I come back and start working on the machines here.
Absolutely.
I think it's going to be amazing. But I'm just so looking forward to meeting Amanda and Peg and just seeing their whole setup and what they do, and visiting that part of America, which is apparently a lot colder than California at that time.
Well,
Average temperatures were 2 to 14, it said.
okay.
That's pretty cold.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to take lots of layering up bits.
Well, this
but
would work.
definitely worth the journey over. And I've got to say, one of the subscribers sent me a message and said to me, I only live an hour away from Junction Fibre Mill, and if you come up, I would love to take you over there. I've scrolled.
Can't find it.
I cannot find that message. So if you actually happen to be watching this, can you please send me an email? It'll be in the comments, not the comments, in the info thingy down below, and let me know, because I would love to catch up, even if even I'm not expecting you to be my driver all over, but it would be nice to catch up, and I really did appreciate the offer. And I've been suggested to fly into Boston, so I'm not sure if that's where you are or whatever, but I'm open to changing that even. So I'll keep you updated. There's a little red here, a licky dog, hey.
Yeah.
And hope that you're all well, and thank you for coming to watch. And if you want, you can give us the thumbs up, subscribe, maybe some notifications bell. Do you use the notifications bell?
Yeah, no, I don't get notifications.
Yeah, but you
I
don't really do a lot of
look
podcasts.
every now and then. No.
Yeah.
I only watch this one.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming along, and I'll see you in the next couple of weeks or so, I hope. Bye.
Bye.